Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions video. Now that all the construction is gone in my house, I woke up the other morning and said I want to play with my trains. So I decided I wanted to switch an area that's never been switched since I built the layout. Basically, I think I switched it when it was very young, in its very young stages, but for a few years it has not been touched. Unfortunately, to my dismay, I had a couple of turnouts that were giving me a problem. So, in this video, I will be doing 3 different run sessions, same locomotive, same industry, each time with an improvement of the turnouts. I will show you what I'm talking about in this video coming right up, so stay tuned. This Vinny Vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees! I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now, and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the cuz sent you. Alright guys, so I just showed you a little problem I have with doing the switching on the Fertizona plant, which is right over there. I have, let's see, we got 1 and 2 and 3 turnouts that we're going to replace, and I'll show you the reason why we're going to replace them. I was fixing these, but fortunately I had a couple of different turnouts that I could replace these, but I just can't afford to buy a whole bunch of new turnouts. So these are Atlas number 6s, and they have a problem with the continuity of electricity right here on, I call the intermediate rail, which is the rail between the point and the frog. I have been repairing them just by simply putting a jumper wire from the stock rail to the intermediate rail on both sides, and that took care of the problem. But I will show you now why how I found this problem. On short axle locomotives, let me bring one around here, when it enters, let's see, let me get a better view here. Alright. When it enters the turnout and it hits this intermediate rail, so right now the front trucks are on the intermediate rail and the rear trucks are still on a piece of track that has power. But as the locomotive goes forward, the entire locomotive now is inside the confines of the turnout, which means that that intermediate rail is not powering up the rear truck enough to push it through and get it to the other side of the turnout. And the same is true when it goes onto the diverging route. Now, I was going to repair these ones by adding a little jumper between the stock rail and the intermediate rail on both sides, and when I was doing it I got this side fixed, but when I did this side, the soldering iron got a little too hot and I melted the ties there, so the intermediate rail is actually moving around. Luckily I have these number 7 Atlas turnouts, and they are already have the fix that I was doing on these number 6s. These number 7s already have it, and I don't know how good you're going to be able to see this. I'm trying to get as close as I can, but if you look right there, you can see the connection between the stock rail and the intermediate rail and the point. So it's got continuity all the way through, and I will show you that just by doing a simple test with my volt ohm meter. And we will just put one guy. Let's see, let me get this in a better position so I can show you guys and get a little close up. Just trying to get the best place for you guys to see this. Alright, and I want to get the meter in here also. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get the best shot for you guys to see. Anyhow, okay, and we can do that right there. Alright, when I do this, you see, let's see if we can get this to face up a bit. Sorry guys, I wasn't really expecting to do all of this today, but yeah, maybe you can see that now. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to go from the stock rail to the intermediate rail and just see if we have continuity. Now continuity is just like me touching these two guys together, and I get a reading of 0 on the meter right there. And when it's like that, it's infinity, which means it's an open circuit. So we'll go ahead and put, oops, on the stock rail, and it doesn't matter which way these go, on the stock rail and then on the intermediate rail, And as you can see, we have continuity going through there. And again, move the points out of the way, from the stock rail to the intermediate rail. And you can see that we have continuity there. And also from the points, get this just on the points, to the intermediate rail, you see we're good there. And again on this side, and we're good there. So basically, this is an improved Atlas turnout over the number 6s. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and replace, since I have the 3 that I need, I'm going to go ahead and replace them in here, and then we'll do that run session again and see if it made any sort of improvement. So stay tuned, and we will be back in a little bit. Alright guys, as you can see, I have pretty much all the turnouts that I'm going to replace out. And then behind that tank right there, there's another one there. And then of course this one up here in the front. Now the good thing about these Atlas turnouts, probably the only good thing, is that the length of the turnout is exactly the same between the number 6s and the number 7. It's just a matter of where the points end that make it this. Like the points on the number 6s stop here, and the points on the number 7 stop way back here. So actually, this is a better turnout. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this all back together. I'm going to have to steal some rail joiners from there to there. I use up rail joiners like crazy. Anyhow, we'll talk to you guys when I get this all set up, and let's see if it actually made a difference. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Oh, this whole track is dead. Oh, I gotta fix that. Gotta figure out why that's going on. Alright, well, you can see that changing these turnouts made a big difference on how this operates. So, with all that being said, I just gotta replace, I need to replace one of the ground throws right here. Because of my dumbness, I broke it. So I gotta take it out and redo that. But other than that, you can see that just changing turnouts and putting in something that's just a little bit better, a step above what I had in there before, seems to work just fine. I mean, yes, there is a little bit of hesitation, but this track has not been cleaned with any alcohol or any kind of additives yet. Anyhow, like I said in the early beginning of this video, that if you want this to work properly, you need to put a jumper from the stock rail to the intermediate rail right here, and then from the stock rail to the intermediate rail here. I usually take them out, turn them upside down and do it, Now this one should have worked, but it didn't, because you can see that there is the jumper right there, but for some reason or another, these number 6s are not a very good turnout. Anyway. Alright guys, so far we're looking not too bad. Now I did clean the track up with some alcohol, and so let's see how we're going to run on this one. We're going to do a small little switching maneuver, and hopefully it all worked, so we'll see what happens. So same locomotive, my Atlas Jeep 39-2, and we're going to go ahead and start him up. So as you guys have seen, the turnouts made a big difference in, as far as operations go on this particular industry. I do have more work to do on some other turnouts. Those are going to have to be replaced, and I need to get in touch with Mr. Bruce Giroux and get that figured out, because all of the industries, oops, wrong way, all the industries that are over here, I have not switched out either, and also across the way at Smith Pipe and Steel and Sand Plumbing have not done anything there either. And I like to get this all operational so I can have an op session here. Anyhow, hope you guys and gals enjoyed this little demonstration of what turnouts can do for your layout. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSS 6951 and the cuz out for now.